Now I'm 14, 15 years old. We went to Los Angeles. This is the part of my life that, like I said, things started really changing. And like I said, I had no mother and father, I had no curfew, I had nobody to pull my coat, and I'm in Los Angeles and it's around millionaires. I'm from the block one day, nothing but millionaires and cars and millionaires and mansions and things like that, and drugs and alcohol, all type of things that you can imagine. It was just like freedom, you know what I mean? We thought we was on top of the world. So when we went to Death Row Records, I really kind of spun out of control. I started getting real heavy into alcohol and things like that, man. Every night partying, we started getting to that level. And you know, we started doing more music. I did more music with Tupac. He came out with an album called All Eyes on Me, and from that album, I performed some songs on it where he sold 10 million records. That was good for him in his dunya. I'm not saying it to brag. I'm just breaking it down because the brother told me to break it down from A to Z. So when he came out with that record label, it was a successful record for him at that time. And eventually, like they say, man, everything that's good got to come to an end eventually. You know what I mean? So Tupac got released from jail in 95, and then 1996, he was in Vegas one day, and that's when he got assassinated. He got murdered. Being that the people that we is affiliated with, some of the people that we is around, they was affiliated with certain gangs. You know what I mean? We was affiliated with people from this gang and the people from another side of the gang. They murdered Tupac. They assassinated Tupac in Las Vegas. At that part of my life, things changed because, like I said, Pac was like a father figure to me. He really was like a brother figure. He was one of the dudes that I really can say that when he was living, he was trying to keep us under control. He was trying to do good deeds. But as a Muslim, man, if your deeds not according to the Quran and the Sunnah, then it will be rejected if it's not according to the religion of Islam. But at that point in my life, I didn't know nothing about the religion of Islam. I just knew that the people around me, Pac, he was a real good brother. He took me out of the hood. He took care of my family, and now that he's gone, I started thinking. I was about 16 years old, 17 years old, and I said, I don't want to go back to Jersey. So now it's time for me to be a man all the way out here in California on my own and try to make it. But it shocked me because I said, look here, Pac died. A couple days ago, we were just around each other. A couple days ago, I remember sitting with Tupac, and I remember he used to do a lot of music. And a lot of his music, he used to talk about death. Like people that used to listen to music, and there might be some non-Muslims and Muslims in here, or there be a lot that still listen to his music, but he talked about death a lot. And I remember right before he passed away, we was in his house. He felt good because he just purchased a house on the beach and everything, and he's sitting in his house. He said, now that I have all this, I don't want to die. He said, I know all the time I had this thing in me where I wanted to die. All my music, I talk about death. He said, to be honest, now I don't want to die. A couple weeks later, a week or two later, that's when he got assassinated in Las Vegas. So just remembering that, and I remember his saying, I said, man, I remember he saying that he don't want to die. And now that he passed away, and he had no control over it. He had no control over his life. I started getting curious, and I started saying, you know what, I need to find out, because I know we're going to drop dead. I seen people growing up in Irvington and Newark that I was with one day, and he dead the next day. I said, I need to find out where we going to go when we drop dead. Because even though I never was a dummy, man, I never had a religion, but I believed that in a higher power back then. And I believe that you can't just live a life and just drop dead and that's over.